Once you're in this particular page, the task is to add a texture. This is the texture that we talked about, this particular texture. So how do you do it? There are two ways to do it. One, you can right click on this particular space, then you can add a texture where you select an image texture. That's where you drag it, then place it somewhere. So the next way was using Shift plus A, where you get the same results, the same effect. So once you've got this window, you're supposed to open that particular image. So which image are you using as the texture? This is the image that we talked about, the Blender texture. You select it, then you open image. So once the image is opened, there are various features here. There's linear, flat, repeat, single image, depending on what you want. In our case, we are using a sphere. So we shall select sphere in this particular field. Then the next thing is you need to select an input for the texture coordinates. So same case, you right click on it, then add input, then select texture coordinate, then you place it here. So from here, you need to join the nodes. You need to use the Blender texture basic as the base color in the principal BSDF. So you just need to connect the nodes, and that's how you do it. Then you can just see at the image has changed. Then the generated texture, you need to connect it to the vector here, and that's how you do it. Then when you observe, you take a look at this particular image, you realize that you have added that image as the texture. So you can play around with it. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. Yeah. So here is the camera. Let me show you. This is the camera. This is the camera here. So I think we've performed a number of tasks here. We've added a node editor. We've added an image texture. We have added a texture coordinate. Then we have connected the nodes. Then we have connected the color from the image texture node to the base color node of the principal BSDF. Then we need to position the camera and add lighting to our scene. So how do we do it? So in this case scenario, you can use shortcuts. For instance, you can use G, letter G. You can hit on G to drag the camera to where you want. You can use S to scale, where you can bring it closer or further from from this particular shape. You can use R to rotate that particular camera from one angle to another angle. For instance, from 0 degrees to 90 degrees to an 80 degrees, depending on what you want. You can adjust the focal length, um, and perform such kind of stuff. So in this case scenario,